That's correct. Hundreds of thousands of Israelis have been protesting against the government's proposed judicial reforms for the past 18 weeks. The protests are the largest in Israel's history and have drawn support from across the political spectrum. The reforms would give the government more control over the appointment of judges and would allow lawmakers to override decisions made by the Supreme Court. Critics of the reforms say that they would undermine the independence of the judiciary and would threaten democracy in Israel. The government has defended the reforms, saying that they are necessary to make the judiciary more efficient and accountable. However, the protests have continued, and it remains to be seen whether the reforms will be passed. Here are some of the reasons why people are protesting against the judicial reforms. They believe that the reforms would undermine the independence of the judiciary and would make it more difficult for the Supreme Court to protect the rights of citizens. They believe that the reforms would give the government too much power over the judiciary and would make it easier for the government to interfere in judicial decisions. They believe that the reforms are unnecessary and that the current system of judicial appointments and oversight is working well. The protests have been largely peaceful, but there have been some clashes between protesters and police. The protests have also had a significant impact on the Israeli economy, as businesses have been forced to close and employees have been unable to get to work. The protests are likely to continue until the government either withdraws the reforms or passes them into law. It remains to be seen whether the protests will be successful in preventing the reforms from being passed, but they have already had a significant impact on Israeli politics and society.
Share your thoughts below and engage with us on an interesting conversation. Thanks for watching.